So hey, I'm Carolyn from PowerProv and I'm with Eran, and I'm going to ask Eran a few questions that you may have. So starting with, who is PowerProv for?
Yeah, I mean, the easy answer is PowerProv is for everyone, right? But I think the reality is that we've done a really tremendous amount of work to build a curriculum that is loaded with behavioral science, procedural knowledge, cognitive learning, that is really tailor-made for people who aspire to perform more in life and at work than on a comedy stage, for example. So I think, there's a lot of places you can go take an improv class, but what we do best is really help working professionals play to the top of their intelligence and really connect with themselves and with each other so that they can function more efficiently, more effectively, more joyfully.
Yeah, great. And what makes PowerProv different than a comedy school or an improv theatre?
Yeah, so I think unlike a comedy school or an improv theater where the focus is on performance and comedy, and your teachers are going to be comedians and actors, the curriculum we've got has been really designed, like I said before, to help people with more of a business mindset succeed at work. And so because of that, the way that we frame our exercises is completely different. The way that we help people understand the value of those exercises and the takeaways from them is really, really completely different than the kind of outcomes you'd get from a comedy school. And it makes perfect sense because we're not here to teach you to be funny, right? We're here to teach you to be the best version of you, whether that's on your own or as part of a team or both. And so I think, there's nothing wrong with improv comedy. That's how I fell into this work. That's how you fell into this work, right? Yeah. However, it's just a completely different way of using the same fundamental tools and philosophies and applying them in a different context. And so that's where the secret sauce is for us, right? The ROI on your training budget is the perfect balance of fun and playful with tangible results that you're going to see in yourself and your team.
And what are the biggest misconceptions about improv?
Oh, wow. The biggest misconceptions about improv. I mean, the first one probably is that you have to be funny to do it, right?
Yeah.
We got a whole nother video about the fact that you don't have to be funny to do improv. But the reality is that all of us are improvising all the time. We just don't label it that way. And so once you kind of reframe thinking on your feet or being spontaneous or trusting your gut or leaning into intuition and instinct, all those things are the kinds of things that we all do. We just don't label it as improvisation, but that's kind of what it is. So what we do at PowerProv is we just take that stuff that you're probably already doing innately and reframe it, give you tools to do what you're doing already better, and then also add new skills and new kind of components that you can chuck in your toolbox to draw on to really find success in work and in life.
What do you think the biggest fear that most participants have?
The biggest fear most participants have, at least at the beginning of every workshop, is probably that they think they're going to have to be funny. And then after that, it's that they're going to look stupid, right?
Yeah.
And so part of the way that we deal with that and navigate that is by creating a very safe space very, very quickly, right? And one of the most important pieces of that puzzle is helping them understand how to build and create for themselves an ensemble mindset within the team, within the group. And that's really kind of just helping them understand how to support each other, make each other look good, have each other's backs. And once that kind of foundation is laid, anything you put on top of it is strong and stable. And I think that's, so I think that helps kind of alleviate those fears and anxieties and gets people feeling really comfortable and really confident really quickly.
Yeah, agree. Totally agree. And what do you think the biggest fear most people who book us for the first time have? Yeah,
the biggest fear people who book PowerProv for the first time have is, it depends how they've heard about us, right? I think so much of how we get business is through referrals. And so trusted referrals are often, come with a different kind of set of anxiety than people who feel like they maybe found us on the internet and are taking a punt on something they've never done before. I applaud both decisions, but I think the anxiety there is we've never worked with this provider. How can we trust that they know what they're doing? How do we know that we're getting value for money? We've hired a lot of hacks before. My team doesn't want to do another boring team building day. But I think when you're looking at your options in terms of team building, right? You can go to the pub and get pissed, and inevitably somebody's going to get groped, and that's going to create problems, right? And that defeats the whole purpose of that exercise, right? Maybe you go axe throwing or something like that, and those things are fun, right? But you're not really endowing your team with any additional skill sets or tools that make your business more valuable, right? So this is, I think, the fundamental difference between PowerProv and any other provider out there, is that not only are we giving your individual team members new skills for life, but we're giving them skills for life that they will use in your business, and that makes your business more efficient, more effective, and more profitable, right? And so I think, once people train with us once, they get it, they see that, and then we're back in the room. And, I think, they never feel that way again. We were always hired the second time with lots of confidence.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Eran.
All right. Any other questions? Hit us up on the website. We'd be glad to chat with you and see how we could collaborate.